Okay, this is a 2016 version of our favorite blackout haunt that we've ever been to, Basement of the Dead. What did you think this time?
Oh, it was great again. I love Basement of the Dead. I love it, Halloween. But when they do a blackout, they're the ones that know how to do it. They do it right. You get a rose. It's got a little bit of a flashlight in it, so it's just you have enough light. You can see the sets. You can see the actors, but the actors in a good way because sometimes you don't see them coming, but then there they are. You see them. You can see the makeup. It's fantastic. I mean, I love Basement of the Dead. It's one of my all-time favorite haunts. It's that I'm just blown away every time I go to it, and highly recommend it. It's a great, great haunt. But this blackout, I loved it last year. I love it this year. It was the same, pretty much the same setup, but with the rose and the way they do the blackout, it's the way a blackout should be done. If you're gonna do it, you know, or you're gonna have the lights that low, that's the way to do it because it's just great. Very enjoyable, very entertaining. They have this spin room, which I was afraid I was going to get dizzy. I was like, oh no, because it was kind of going fast. And I'm just trying to go through. But no, it was just really well done though. Everything. The spider room, I love that. It just, too much to even mention. It just, the actors are great in there. Makeup's great. But this one's definitely a five chainsaw. I love it. Basement of the Dead. If you go, I recommend it for Halloween, anytime. Basement of the Dead's one of the top haunts out there.
All right, guest tour Donna from Pennsylvania. Basement of the Dead, one of our all-time favorites. Valentine's version, it was a blackout. What did you think?
I like that one very much. They gave you a rose that had a light, and you could walk through. There was just enough light to see everything. So, and you walk through. I loved it because people would come out, they would scare you because you couldn't, then you would see them with your rose. And there were periods when nobody would come, so then it got your like apprehension up that you were gonna see, and then all of a sudden they'd be there. So I liked it. And there was one room in there that I especially liked. It was, you went in and it looked like a carousel with women, and there were mirrors, and you started walking around, then all of a sudden it started moving around. It was very nice. Loved it. 5 rating, 5 chainsaws.
Excellent. Ready? Okay. One of the things about Basement of the Dead as a blackout, Laura mentioned they do it right, and to be more specific, from my point of view, one of the things that Basement of the Dead does very well is that, yes, it's dark in there, and yes, you only have a flashlight to illuminate. It's a rose, but it's essentially a flashlight. But it gives you that sort of eerie, isolated feeling, as if you're walking through, let's say, a creepy basement that you've never been in, and you only have a flashlight to light your way. You can see so much. You can see into corners and things with the flashlight, but when you shine a flashlight to the left, you can't see what's to the right. So it illuminates things just enough so you can see everything. It also allows you to see the makeup and the masks and the costuming and the prosthetics of the actors, more than just a glow stick would. And this is what separates a good blackout from a bad blackout. This is a good one because when you think about it, what is a blackout? A blackout is you're in the dark, right? But what happens when you lose electricity or something? You go find yourself a candle or a flashlight or something to illuminate enough so that you can see things. And that's the way Basement of the Dead is done. And it really gives you an eerie feeling instead of that annoying, I don't know where I'm going feeling, I'm going to crash into a wall feeling, I'm going to fall, I'm lost. That frustrating feeling. You don't want to go to a haunt to get frustrated. You want to go to a haunt to enjoy it. Have a few scares, a few laughs, an enjoyable time. And Basement of the Dead gives you all of those things. It's great. I have to say a few standouts. The top standout this time, character-wise, this guy had an animal face, an animal head. He was wearing sort of like animal skins, and he had these 2 things that he would scrape on the ground to make sparks with, and he would go rah, 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 like that. And and if you answered him, he would get angry, and he'd be like, rah, and he'd scrape on the ground, and he followed us from room to room.
That was great.
And he kept doing it. It was fantastic. He was great. I think he was in there during Halloween time in a different costume. He was very similar, but he was great. I think he had scissors or something the last time, but this time he had something else. It was really good. There was a girl who was also around him, this smaller girl. She kept laughing in our face and following us from room to room. She was good too. And there were two characters. One was dressed with a rabbit face, and then somebody else had the character with that person had another sort of mask on, odd mask. That was good. And then there were guys with stuffed animals on their heads too, with faces. They were great. And of course the big guy with the arm, he kept showing me the arm and he showed me this arm with a hand. It was great.
Alice in Wonderland room with the yeah, that was good too.
Yes, the Alice in Wonderland room.
Yeah, they were great. The actors in there.
And the spinning room that Laura mentioned. The one girl was asking you for your eyes, if she could have them, and then there was a girl who was in a cage in the center who had no eyes. She had a bandage over them, and she was the victim, if you will. It's stuff like that that's clever from Basement of the Dead. You love to see the actors. And I'll mention this. I mention this all the time. Basement of the Dead, they're masters at making the same actors come at you from different ways. When you think you're done seeing them, no. The way the maze turns around and things, here's another actor. The actor will be here on your left. You go into some other room and all of a sudden he's behind you on your right or something. And it's amazing the way they do that. I saw several of the actors several times, but it's not because they didn't have enough actors. They have more than enough. It's just the way the maze goes and the way it's done. It's an enjoyable experience. It was about 23 minutes long. Never once did I feel like I want to get out of here. I am tired of this. I can't find my way. This is boring. None of that. It was very entertaining. 5 out of 5 again.
Staticky. It is. My hair is like a static mess. They even made comments in the haunt when I went through the black under the thing, and my hair was like. And someone said, "Oh, I like your hair's fuzzy." I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh boy. Oh, that's going on. Okay. No.
Am I on film?
Yes, you are, right? Film. No, but I'll cut it out. I'll edit it out. Okay.